drill, the more they become second nature.
Just like practicing free throws, it's the muscle memory at another level. Now you're doing the same thing with the offense. You want it to be muscle memory. You don't have to think about it. Just the more repetition, the easier it is to get it right in the pressure situation. All right, now here's the $64,000 question for you. So we talked about the triangle offense, all right? You've mentioned a number of times Coach Jackson going for his 4th three-peat. Unprecedented success this guy's had with this offense. How come in a sports world that is copycat, by and large, guys have success. You see it whether it's in football with the West Coast offense or what's happened with the use of bullpens in Major League Baseball. So much copycat going on in Major League sports. Why haven't we seen more copycats with the triangle offense?
Well, first of all, people have tried it, but if you don't have the talent to execute it, it's all about the players. If you have the players that can execute it, it's a read offense. It's an offense that you have to play off your instincts, and then you have to have the certain pieces, because someone can run this offense and it's not as effective as when you have Pau Gasol, Kobe Bryant, Ron Artest, Lamar Odom, Derek Fisher running it. So
it
people
is
have
also,
tried it.
Is it also more complicated? Does it take a few years to get to
No, there's not offense in the league.
No?
I mean,
Okay.
I hear people buy into Pau Gasol learning in 2 months.
No, good point.
So it depends on the players. Some players pick up offenses quicker than other players. So I think if you're the type of player that can pick up offense, nothing will take you that long to learn.
Okay.
I think learning how to play with your teammates might take longer. But as far as learning the basic offense, no, it's not going to take you that long.
Maybe also having the confidence you're going to have the same personnel year in and year out with that kind of offense. And, you know, when you know that the team's got this kind of talent, you're not going to have as much turnover either.
Yeah, and as a coach, too, you need a guy like Kobe, a guy like Michael Jordan, when the play breaks down, that has the ability to go one-on-one and make something happen. You don't want to see them doing it all the time. When we talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers last year with LeBron, that was the one thing we thought about that team. Too much one-on-one with LeBron. One guy cannot win a game. You have to have a system that can spring guys open sometimes. So that team, I thought they depended a little bit too much on him going one-on-one.
Phil Jackson talked about that in his first book quite a bit, about Michael Jordan, how as he got more comfortable with the offense, you saw a lot less of the one-on-one stuff, you know, because he gave him that liberty to go one-on-one, but he wanted him working within his offense as well, and the percentages changed as time went on with him getting more confident and working within.
It makes the game easier. It makes the game so much easier. When your offense can spring you open and get you some open shots, it makes it easier. If you have to break somebody down and go one-on-one all the time, that's a lot of wear and tear, and it wears you out. But if you can come off a couple of picks and just shoot some wide-open shots, make it easy. Keep it simple. If you're a guy that passes the basketball when you double team, then teams don't know how to play you. Make it simple. Kobe did a better job this year at getting his teammates off. It made the game a lot simpler for him versus trying to take everything on his own.
Well, for those people who will be critical of the NBA and talk about it being a one-on-one league, you are looking right now at a team practicing, a team that has won back-to-back championships, a team that's been as successful as any in the history of the league, and has been so not just because they've got a guy in Kobe Bryant, but because they play that team basketball and because they have been so good at working together as one unit.
And you have to defend, I mean, all the time I'm out. Well, he shoots all the time because nobody on this team can play. Guys make it to the pros because they can play basketball. And given the opportunity, guys will step up. And that's what's so amazing. When you spread the basketball around, other guys will step up.
They liked that comment. They applauded it.
They did.
The team was
They
up there,
heard
were
that.
cheering for you. Very nice,
Get other,
job
get
breaking
other
it
guys
down.
off. Spread the basketball around. 100-and-something points a game. 4 guys can average over 20 points. I mean, the team that I played on with Magic, Kareem, Jamal, all of us averaged, you know, those two, Magic and I both averaged close to 18.
Right.
And Jamal and Kareem averaged over 20. We had McAdoo coming off the bench averaging double figures. I mean, so we had 5 guys scoring in double figures. So the game is long enough for that to happen. But you have to be willing to share the basketball and create opportunities for other players.
It's fun listening to you talk about those teams. Is it fair to try and compare eras? You hear, you know, fans doing that all the time. How good is this Lakers team compared to the other?
It's unfair to compare eras. I think you can talk about a championship team in any era can come and compete. I mean, you can't tell me Bill Russell's teams couldn't compete, or Wilt Chamberlain's teams could compete, or the teams I played on in the 80s could compete with anybody. And it would be very difficult to tell another guy or another championship team that your team could beat them, because nobody's going for it. We was the champs because we were the best.
Right.
So everybody, think their team was the best team. And trust me, you wouldn't have been a championship team and one of the best if you didn't think it.
Right. Well, yeah, no,
You
that's
have
part
to
of
think it.
the confidence of a champion, right?
Yeah. I mean, even with individual players, you have to be you're a great player because you think you're better than everybody else. So, I mean, people look at it different ways. Is he confident or is he cocky? Some guys just say it. Other guys just think it and not say it. There's some guys that would say it. But all of them have it.
Let's see if we can hear what Coach Jackson's saying right now.
We're going to go through 4 runs, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's it. You're off, and the next group comes on. Free throw shot. You're going to run 3 more operations, 4 times up and down the court, and then you're off. And then I'll change what you're going to do as you go up the court, so you kind of get into what we want to see you do. All right? Has everybody got that? You got your groups? Okay. Now take your free throw line positions. Chuck, shoot my basket.
Ready on second?
What I want to see is that you all thrown out so you're not positioned coming out on your
Chuck.
runs. All right? So we didn't want to.
Chuck.
So our first group.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys how we'll take the ball up, make it guard wing entry. Right? We look for our big coming down the court very short. So come on up to the guard wing. No matter what the timing is of how you down the court, you'll see it coming in with the post. We're going to hit it. It's going to be what we call a storm. That is a half full sprint. It's going to be a storm. So the ball's going to be taken back out. Guard's going to advance the ball. It's going to hit our wing. Our wing's going to take a jump shot. Everybody's in the lane. We rebound the ball collectively together until it's in. You take the ball out of bounds again. You take it back. Guard wing. It's going to throw it to the wing. Wing's going to penetrate. Lag the ball back to the guard. The guard's going to take a jump shot. That's what we call our sweet spot jump shot. Fourth time back here, same action. Guard's going to take it out of bounds, go up the wing back to the guard. The guard's going to lag the ball back to the weak side guard, which is called the guarding side. That guard's going to actually take the ball into the key spot, which is our operating position. Organize the offense and run 2 passes foot side of that.
Fish. Fish, I'm running with you. Please don't go one. They catch you out of it. You're not paying attention to it.
Where we go?
Rebound, rebound, rebound. Rebound. Come back, come back. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Look how we go.
That we do on this kind of thing is we want to post sprint, right? So this guard's going to just get a little for our post man. hold up.
Clear, Russ. To the bank. Bank it in.
As we're watching them run these drills, Norm, you talk about a back-to-back defending champion. What is there an area maybe that you look at this team? We saw the offensive and defensive statistics from last year. Certainly defense better than offense. Is there an area you think that they're working on where they need to maybe improve if they want to get that third championship, or an area where they need to make sure they stay consistent? Maybe is a better word.
The number 1, 2, and 3 things are health.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's the biggest one. I mean, as far as these guys understanding what it takes to win, they've won. They've been in the championship the last 3 years. So this core group of guys know what it takes to win and to get there. The biggest hurdle is going to be their health. Will Bynum be healthy? How healthy would Kobe be? And adding some of these young guys to that basic core. You have a core group of about 7, 8 guys. You brought in Matt Barnes. You bringing in Radliff. You bring in those guys. And so,
well, depth, you know, inevitably some teams
need
are going to
some
deal with some type of injury. So when you deal with that injury, what kind of depth do you have, and how well do you deal with those guys? You know, yeah, hey, any coach in any sport is going to tell you, you know, preface his preseason comments with, if we can stay healthy. That's
you
always
can stay. That's the biggest one. Barring that, I think this team just wants to, I mean, I don't know what area they could be better in. I mean, they made it to the finals 3 years in a row, so evidently they're doing a lot of things right. But you can always do a better job of, like, they lost leagues a few times. They didn't, the way they approached the games, they didn't mentally, they weren't there all the time. So those are things that you talk about throughout the season, staying mentally tough and making sure you approach the games the right way. Don't get too confident. And knowing that now you have 2 championships in a row, every team's going to come after you every game. So you have to be prepared for that mentally.
Sasha Vujicic wearing the mic for us on the court right now.
That's okay, that's good. Fine. What we got next? This side. Go around. Hello. Huh? We put that out last year. Last year we stopped back in there. We took it out. In the playoffs, right now? Okay. Thanks, Al, my bad. Hey, didn't he take out back screen, down screen last year? He took it out.
Did he take it out?
Remember he was doing it, then he said stop? Well, I guess we're going back. Oh, for this one series. All right.
Lag in the back. The ball out, operation slow, right? Third time down, we're hitting our cutters. The ball comes to our first guard, he's going to cross court to that cutter because we've been using button hook, right? Let's hit the guy that's using the button hook. Now you're making a break on it. Fourth time back, you're hitting that cutter. We're going to operate out of the fifth side of it. We just worked on it, okay?
Well, that was only for once.
Oh, the first one, that's why I was waiting. Yeah, he's right there, you know, in the middle of it.